What up, guys? Welcome to Sunshine here. I've been playing these games a long time. A long damn time. I really do mean that. I've been playing these games since WCW Mayhem. I know bad wrestling games, and I'm telling you, these games are only regressing. Only regressing in time. Where other games of older generations have done so much better with less. With less space, less graphics, less everything. I don't understand how people just allow themselves to every year just fall into the same trap. Well, maybe this year they'll do different. Maybe this year they'll do different. Maybe this year they'll do different. Well, how many times do you have to keep believing that? Just because your favorite character is finally in the game. Yeah, I want to play as new wrestlers too. But it doesn't mean I should have to be given less effort, less care, for more price. The price of stuff is only going higher, and that goes for everything that we buy and that we buy every day. But with that higher price, it should mean, hey, put more work in, add a new thing, and not just add a new thing like, oh, stuff that already existed. I'm saying add new stuff, give us newer options, more stuff to mix and match with. I've been playing these wrestling games a long damn time, man. A long damn time. And that's why I will die on that hill when I say the last good wrestling game. The last good wrestling game was 2K19. I will die on that hill. You can agree to disagree or disagree all the way. I don't care. I love pro wrestling, but I cannot even watch WWE's product anymore as a whole because it's just unbearable. It goes nowhere. There's nothing happening. It's the same story. It's the same wins and same losses every week, and people just keep eating it up because they just want they want entertainment to break away from for a second. And I get it. Not everyone's going through the best of times right now. I get it. But you guys buy these games every year and expect something different, and then get disappointed when you realize nothing's on the list. And then you still end up purchasing the game regardless. Now this year, for the first time, maybe not the first time, I'm not even sure anymore, they have multiple editions of the game. 4 editions. The Standard Edition, the King of Kings Edition, the Attitude Era Edition, the Monday Night War Edition. I remember when NBA 2K guys were always like, man, y'all really y'all gonna really go through it. Y'all WB guys are gonna be just like NBA motherfuckers, and y'all gonna be having to pay for VC. You're gonna have some sort of My Park. You're gonna have all this stuff because it's working on the smooth brains, who don't understand every time that they just keep on buying the same stuff. They're just buying it because it has the name on it, because they're so used to buying the same thing every year. They don't know any better. Same people who play Call of Duty every year who don't even care that half the stuff is AI slop. They keep buying it. They keep half-assing it, and we keep on buying it. The last game I bought was 2K23, and I wish I knew back then. I wish I knew back then. Because legitimately 2K23 was the same game as 2K22, which is just a little shinier coat of paint. And all they did was change the UI and the menu system. Nothing changed. Wrestlers do not do all these bobbing and weaving, all that's unnecessary. We still can't get a search function when you have 1,000 moves to go through. You can't even have a search function to type in the name of the moves you want. When I asked for quality of life things to change the game, that's what I want. Not more wrestlers that you're charging money for. Who the hell charges for Kane 98 again? I think it was DLC in a previous game or something. Or even if he was, it was a much better game at the time, and it was dumb that they even charged for it in the first place. I don't think it was. I think it was just free DLC anyway. But it doesn't matter. It makes no sense. He just won. That's just one little thing. It's not Kane's fault. Kane didn't ask to be put in as DLC. How's the guy that everyone knows since forever become DLC for no reason because they put a shiny coat of paint on them? It makes no sense. If you really think about it, 2K26 is 2K13. Think about it. 13 years. They put the same guy on the cover, and they're doing the same Attitude Era nonsense with less Attitude Era people than the previous game. Did anyone put that together in their head? Did no one notice this? Not to mention that you're buying a digital game that you don't even get to keep. If you think about it, the games go offline within a year and some change. They do this all the time. They did that with 2K19. They said, hey, we're shutting this service down. And I think that it was a new director at the time. He said, oh, well, we'll try to keep up as long as possible. And everyone was like, yo, he's trying to look out. All of a sudden, he disappeared. And all of a sudden, what happens? They cut off the servers. Even though more people were playing 19 at the time than they were playing the new wrestling game, than 2K22. There's a reason for that. The game is better. And they've done nothing besides add a new coat of paint. I'm loving the new models. They do look great. I love Naomi's model. It looks phenomenal. It's the first time they ever got her right. And I truly feel like they got her right. There's some wrestlers in there who look really good, but that's all they have is just good-looking wrestlers. They don't have good gameplay. They're gonna give you a 3 stages of hell, but they probably still have you where you can't even add custom matches to the 3 stages of hell. So you're still gonna play the regular default matches. Watch them do some dumb shit like that because they always, somehow, some way, always have a reset of all the previous problems happening all over again the next year, and they gotta fix it again. Happens next year, they gotta fix the same problems again, and that happened even with 19. And even with 19, there was stuff they didn't even fix. Where you couldn't do finishers off the top of a ladder. Shit like that. Like I'm always gonna pick at little things like that, but that's what I mean. It's so dumb. You're charging hard money to get more VC for MyRise Mega Boost. Why do you need a MyRise Mega Boost in a single player? Why? Did anyone think about this shit before they say? And then I was listening to, what's his name, Tony Pizza Guy, and he's telling us about, oh well, people are just expecting the stuff they want every year to be in the games. It's like, no, Tony, that's not the issue here. People are starting to become fed up, and they're learning now that they're not getting anything different than last year besides new people on the roster. They're gonna talk about, oh, we have more people on this roster more than ever before. Yeah, you just had people from the last year's games that are still licensed from the previous years to be put into the game now this year. So theoretically, if you can wait a year, most of the time you'll probably see the people that you weren't going to pay the DLC for the last year in the standard edition, and you're going to get them all this year. Right? Half the time, the models don't look good. Some of the DLCs suck. All these camera angles that don't exist. The best thing last year's game did was give you a damn camera editor where you can get the camera live and in person and in the game. That is cool. That's the kind of quality stuff I want to see. That was the best thing that stood about that game. Yeah, you want to have us play all these shitty modes, and it's just nothing. We're just going with nothing. They finally showcased CM Punk and his career and all this, where his career didn't start in WWE. So wouldn't you have to go through his Ring of Honor career? Talk about that? They can't. Half the people that are on it either dead or don't exist, or not, or can't legally be part of that. What is this? Rewrite history and relive CM Punk's greatest rivalries. Battle through fantasy warfare matchups. I don't want to play fantasy warfare matchups with CM Punk. Are they gonna have commentary over it? Check out a new way to play Showcase in a custom gauntlet mode. That's just gauntlet mode. That's not his legacy. His matches with Edge, Taker, Cena. Talk about those matches. Give us insight what people were thinking around that time. What was Vince going through in his mind when Punk said he was gonna walk out if he didn't win? Shit like that. Even Vince makes up some shit to make it seem like CM Punk was bigger than he was, and he was a big fucking deal. And he was. I love the guy. He's the reason I got back into wrestling. I've always been a wrestling fan. I've always kept up with pro wrestling, but he's the reason I got my eyes back on TV watching weekly to see what he was gonna do. He's the reason I'm straight edge now. You have CM Punk on the cover again, 13 years later. That's great. That's fine and dandy with me. But you've redone the same exact loop 13 years later. WB 13. Oh, I get it. Funny. You guys think you're fucking smart. Oh, we did 13 again, huh? I get it. But it doesn't make it any better. It's dumb as fuck. What they said about gameplay? Stacking tables. That was in the game not that long ago. Why is this new features? Spilling out thumbtacks. When has WWE ever done thumbtacks since what? Randy Orton and fucking Mick Foley. When have they ever done thumbtacks? When's the last? I think that's the last match I can think about that they did thumbtacks with. Every other promotion has done thumbtacks since then, but WWE hasn't done thumbtacks since that match. I'm sure someone could probably prove me wrong. But why is that there? That's dumb. Experience all new match types like Inferno. Inferno's not new. 13 had Inferno. That's not new. I Quit matches are not new. 3 Stages of Hell is not new. Most people know what 3 Stages of Hell is until what McIntyre and Cody did it again. But it doesn't mean that it's new. It's being brought to a new set of people, younger people who may not know what 3 Stages of Hell is. And again, that's my issue, is that they'll probably do some dumb shit like that, and they'll have it where, oh, you can have a 3 Stages of Hell, but it'll have to be in these specific matches that only you can pick, and you can't even change the rules on them. Stuff that previous games let you do already. The dumpster match they added is exactly a casket match. It's a reskin casket. What the fuck? That's lazy as shit to just say, oh, we have a new thing. They finally give a fuck about universe mode after fucking 10 years. What did they say in 2K22? Oh, or was it 22 or 23? I think it was 22. They're like, oh, you can play as a specific wrestler and go through a whole calendar year as said wrestler. Why would I want to do that? Isn't that the whole point of having my rise, my career, whatever the fuck you want to call it this year? Isn't that the point of that? Is you take a wrestler and you go through a season that's custom tailored towards you for your choices and things that you do in between? You can go back to 2K15 even. Didn't even have the best universe, but you could at least pick who you want to be in the rivalries, and it would happen. Because they would even tell you what cutscenes you're gonna see. Communications this year has 200 slots because they finally after all this time have said, oh yeah, we're throwing away the PS4 and Xbox One gamers. And I'm sorry, but these are the kind of things you need to do to move on. And then even with all that being said and done, it's an excuse. Because at the end of the day, what do? They removed the idea of having having Xbox have communications with PlayStation, and PlayStation have communications with PC, and all that intertwined nonsense. You can't even have that. They took that out. So you get 200 slots, but you can't even share across multi-platforms. What's the point? Everything is this half-ass shit. The island. It's all a ploy to keep you playing this game and putting money into us to compete with other people who aren't even truly there. My faction should be like Supercard, where you can keep it from previous games and import your stuff over their servers or something where you can say, okay, I kept certain wrestlers, and I can understand if some wrestlers are taken off the roster or whatever. People can understand and get by that. So and so wrestler is going to be gone. Even if it's their top guy, people will understand. But we have to do my faction again and again every year. The same stupid loop. Nothing changes. I'm paying over damn near $200, and I still have to unlock wrestlers with VC. It wasn't that long ago when the season pass would say, "Hey, you get the the unlocker, where you can unlock everybody with one button. You would unlock everybody. You played as all the people you want to play as. There was no issues. All the people that you on that set up on the unlock, you unlock them. Now you have to go through showcase mode to unlock a wrestler. You have to go then spend countless hours playing all the base game just to unlock wrestlers that should have already been on the roster. There are unlocked. They have to be unlocked every year, just so you can unlock some moves or a fucking clothing slot. Oh, sorry, a clothing part. We're regressing. And they think this shit's funny. They treat where's the loyalty? They know that because you guys are wrestling fans and they don't have a lot of competition, that they can just keep doing this shit and milking you guys dry. And Take-Two does this with all their games. That includes GTA as well. If GTA goes up for $100, if GTA goes up at $100, every other big AAA company is gonna follow suit, and you're gonna have games like WWE 2K26 be $100 next year after GTA 6 comes out. That's a given. Because Take-Two's gonna say, "Well, why isn't the NBA games not $100? That's quality stuff right there. WWE should be doing that too." Yet WWE fans who just want to go watch the shows can't even afford tickets to sit in the fucking nosebleeds. Arenas are half empty, thousands of seats not being filled. They were begging people to come watch the show. They were putting tickets out on radio shows and everything, trying to get people to come in and just watch this to fill seats. They were begging people to come fill seats, and they couldn't do that. Bro, when I tell you this company is falling apart, but it isn't just 2K. It isn't just Take-Two. It's all these big AAA companies who are just milking you dry. All the stuff that you like, everything is a subscription. Everything is based off of waiting the time out. All these shows that have seasons already finished. Let's say you have 8 fucking episodes of a season. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna fucking milk that shit dry, because they know they're gonna go back and try to watch and subscribe, right? So they're gonna put an episode out a week. That's a month. You pay monthly. Some people do, some people don't. Regardless, people are paying regardless. So that's 2 months of your subscription that now has to be paid just to watch a show that's already been finished. People already got their money. They already got their payout. It's like this happening on the fly, or they're recording pieces, or there are maybe a couple episodes ahead where they have the time and whatever. It's already done. And it's nothing new, but people don't see this shit. This is basic stuff. You have 4 different editions of this game. The standard edition is your regular price. I'll probably pull it up while I'm talking here. But like, the standard edition is $70. The Monday Night War edition, let's go see how much it is. For the digital, $149.99. That's before tax. That's about $152 to do what? Play as wrestlers who have been in the game forever. To play as the same wrestlers that have been in the games forever. To resell them to you, because they expect that people don't do any research about what the Attitude Era was. The Monday Night War edition. You know what would have been a great showcase? The Monday Night Wars! Imagine they said, oh, imagine this! I'm just looking at this and I'm just putting shit in my head. Imagine they say, here's some dream matches between some wrestlers that could have been if all this stuff happened quicker. And you know what's even funnier than all that shit? I'm looking at this screenshot here of them doing the Monday Night War edition, and they have the current logo of Raw in the background behind Hogan, Nash, Hall, Goldberg, Booker T, Eric Bischoff, Why would you have the current, if the whole point is to have a Monday Night War, not the Monday Night, it's not the Monday Night Raw edition, it's the Monday Night War, then why the fuck do you have the current Raw logo? You don't have anything old? WWE owns WCW stuff? You couldn't put the WCW logo behind them? At least? And what's funny is they had the NWO edition not that long ago. Back in 2K22, that was the other thing they wanted to sell, right? They had all the same wrestlers that they're advertising now as DLC not that long ago for the NWO edition. Hogan, Nash, Scott, Bischoff. Like, bro, they're just regurgitating and selling you the same shit. And they can't even get the damn timeline right. Just looking at this is half-ass shit. But because they expect you to just eat up the fucking slop, who's doing the quality control on any of this? It's why I haven't bought a game from 2K in a long time. I legitimately had 2K24 given for free because that was the year they tried to compete with the AEW game, which wasn't that good either. That's the first time I've ever seen a WWE Pro Wrestling game be put out on PlayStation Plus because they know they needed people to feed into this shit. They want you to get into the ecosystem, then they want you to buy the season pass, and then when it's all said and done, new game comes out, and you'll probably keep your PlayStation subscription up. You might, or you might not. So now you paid for a DLC. The free game that you had that you thought was free, all you have is nothing. Because until you legitimately put more money into the subscription to renew it, you don't keep shit. So the game doesn't exist in a sense on your account. It's on your account, but you have to renew it to keep the license up. But all you own is not even own. You just bought the DLC, the season pass, but you keep none of it. And then the new game comes out and it's all forgotten. And that's the issue I have. It gets forgotten. People forget. Stop forgetting. This is terrible, terrible business practice. And the problem is it works. It works every year like clockwork because there's always someone who's just like, I just want to play a wrestling game, or I just want to make some creations with my boys. I get it. The creation system is one of the only good things about these games every year. The stuff that people put out, I go on Twitter all the time to see the same creators improve every damn year. Whether they just get better at making logos, placements, face model rigging, whatever, all that shit. They get better every year. To the point that their stuff looks just as good as the in-game models, textures, everything. These motherfuckers doing movesets and all that. They have better movesets than the people who made the fucking game. And I don't know, man. Stop buying this garbage. Do better for yourselves. Go buy a game that's worth it. Find something else. Other wrestling games are coming around soon. I'm not going to say that they're going to be perfect or anything either, but at least they'll probably try. It's the first time I've ever seen 2K scared is when the AEW game came out. They didn't know what to expect, neither did we. We didn't know it was going to come out to be a piece of shit like it was, but they were so scared and so nervous and dreaded to try and fight back. That's the first time, like I said, I've ever seen a 2K wrestling game being put for free on PlayStation Plus. And I wouldn't call that free because, like I said, it's a subscription. So once your subscription ends, that game is locked until you resubscribe. But the laziness is absolutely asinine. And I just hope they do better. I hope that somehow, some weird way, that 2K can get their shit together and do better. But I think it comes down to also just how the product as a whole is going. And right now, the product for WWE is terrible. You can blame Triple H, you can blame Nick Khan, you can blame whatever the fuck, you can blame Ticketmaster, you can blame whatever the fuck you want to blame, but right now, it is not doing a good job. Blame who the fuck you want to blame. At the end of the day, this shit sucks. And until it gets better, none of it gets better. If WWE is doing bad, AEW is doing bad. If it does good in sales, every other promotion around the world does good. Because they say, oh, there's pro wrestling on TV. Oh, this is good content to watch. Oh, let me check out other things. It's to get wrestling as a whole together because that means other people will try. People want to still get into the WWE's ecosphere. Right? So understand that this is bigger than just the video game, but the video game that the series that I bought every year, whether it was by THQ, 2K, whatever, whether it was on the GameCube, whether it was on the fucking PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it was good at one point. And I'm trying to just ask, where's the quality? Where's the loyalty? Because there is none. As always, guys, come and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you when I see you. Till then, peace out. Good shit. Stay safe out there, please, please, please. And I'll catch you when I catch you. Later.